Hi, I'm Ruby Lefty and you're watching Hummingbird's Kitchen. Today we will be making... Hi, welcome to Hummingbird's Kitchen. Today we're gonna make tofu pumpkin pudding. Okay, first let me explain about the ingredients. What we're gonna use is canned pumpkin paste. The whole can is 15 ounce and I'm using about half of it, so between 7 to 8 ounce, which is 210 grams of pumpkin paste and 150 grams of sweetened condensed milk, or between 130 to 150, depends on how sweet you like. And this is 200 grams of silken tofu, kinu tofu, and 2 eggs, a little bit of rum, and a little bit cinnamon. And we need extra 4 tablespoons of sugar and 2.5 tablespoons of water to make caramel sauce to put underneath. Okay? Okay, this is regular margarine. What I'm going to do is use the paper towel and get a little bit, about this much, and then put it on the mold, baking mold, evenly. You know, I used to do this with fingers, and then what I found out is I'm going to use paper towel or soap and water to wipe the grease off my fingers after all anyway. And then, you know, why don't I use it, the paper towel, from the beginning, because it's going to be the same amount of waste of resources at the end, and this is much quicker. Alright, first we're going to make the caramel sauce. Actually, if you don't like it, you don't have to make it. I love a lot of caramel sauce in the bottom, and then, you know, just when you make it upside down, all the caramel sauce is coming out and all that heavenly stuff. I love it. But if you don't like it, you can skip this process, or you can bake it without caramel sauce and pour maple syrup or honey or any, you know, or put ice cream on top later. It's all up to you. But I'm just gonna make a caramel sauce now. So what I did is just pour the sugar on the heated pan and leave it. So as you're heating up, do you see the sugar start melting? And the key is you're not going to mix up or anything. You're just going to supervise and hoping it's going to be a best tasting caramel sauce. So if you look at the sugar, well, I mean, I used the brown sugar, so it's much darker color than white sugar. But you see everything's melt and the things start boiling a little bit on the edge. This is the time you have to keep the eye on, because if you let it boil too much, it's going to be too bitter, and you don't want to have that kind of thing. But now it starts boiling like this, and this is about the time to pour the water. And when you pour the water in, don't be afraid. It's going to make a lot of noise, a lot of steams, and all that. Be careful you're not going to burn yourself, your fingers, but still, it's not a big deal. So you just see what I did. Okay? This is about the right time, okay? So I turn off the heat and then pour it. And then it's lots of noise, but that's okay. You just keep mixing it like this. I'm sorry you can't smell this wonderful smell, but it's wonderful. Isn't it, Miss Matchstocks? Yep. So now it's ready like this, but it's gonna get hard very quickly. So when it's still hot, you have to pour it in the mold, and then you're gonna move the mold so it's gonna be evenly cover the bottom. Okay. Still gonna get some more. I know I'm driving Miss Matchstocks crazy because she only can shoot the bottom of the pan. Well, actually, you can do this process with microwave, But I do prefer the pan because then I can see the condition of the sugar very precisely. If you do it in the microwave, you have to open and look and open and look, or you have to stare at the inside of the microwave, which I don't like to do. So I'm using the old-fashioned way. But if you prefer, or you don't have this kind of pan, you can use the microwave. In that case, you're just going to do the part before pouring the water in at last in the microwave, and then take it out, and then pour the water in, and then mix outside the microwave, like I did. Okay? Okay, now let's do the easy part, the pudding part. So all you have to do is keep pouring in. I need some soda. Okay, I got a spatula out. Tofu, eggs, condensed milk, and okay, so cinnamon, I would say 1 teaspoon, but I'm not gonna bother to bring the teaspoon out. And rum, I'm gonna say between 2 tablespoons to 1 no, 2 teaspoons to 1 tablespoon. Oh, you can have 2 tablespoons if you want. Okay, like this. So now it's just easy peasy mixing part. So just mix it. Can you see? Okay, so now we're gonna preheat the oven. 180, 375 preheat. And also you're gonna start boiling some water because we're gonna steam bake this pudding. Okay? So now what we need is this, a strainer. We're gonna use it to get rid of the big chunk. You know, it's not like a smooth custard. You know, we like to feel pumpkin a little bit, but still we don't want to have a bulky, chunky stuff. See, just a little bit, but this is enough. So now oven's ready. So I'm gonna pour this into the mold, and now by this time, caramel sauce we poured earlier is completely set, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just pour this in. Okay. So oven's ready. You see, smaller glass container, just because the pumpkin pudding mold, you know, the baking mold I'm going to use is small. I just don't want to waste water, cover a whole oven pan. That's why I'm using a small one, but it doesn't have to be this double layered. I just didn't want to pour everything on that big black pan, that's all. Okay, so you're gonna put this one in. You see the hot water? You know, we're boiling the hot water, so we pour the water in there. So it's just gonna cover about a half of the baking pan. So it's ready to be cooked. So again, 180 and 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the pudding baked for 30 minutes, and we're just gonna leave as it is until it's gonna get warm enough to touch, and take it out, and then again cool it until you can put it in the fridge. Okay, so now I let it rest in the fridge for half day. So this is time to put it on the plate. Let's see. So this is always the moment I have some stage light. So I'm going to do it like this. Yep. Put it back in. Shake a bit. And you know, if you're shaking like that, you do feel on your finger actually puddings come down. And then put it up. Yay! Okay. You know, today I used canned pumpkin, but when I make this pumpkin pudding by myself, I actually use you know, the fresh pumpkin. And this is different and tastes different, looks different. This is called Kabocha or Ebisu Kabocha. And in Japan you see it everywhere, but it's kind of hard to find it in American market grocery stores. I think if you live in Mexico or New Zealand, it's actually relatively easy to find it. This has a very condensed sweetness and density. I love it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to wrap it with a plastic wrap and put it in the microwave until it gets soft, and scoop everything out and mash it. And I make 100 grams batch, 100 gram portions, and then just freeze it. So when I make puddings, I'm just going to take 200 grams pouch out and then cook it that way. But I found out, you know, when I was thinking about using this for today, but then I thought, wait a second, anybody in the States looking at this video, they're gonna find difficult time finding it. And also, my daughter pointed out, she doesn't think not many people actually bother to buy the fresh pumpkin and cook it and mash it and freeze it and then use it for the pumpkin pudding. So I just devised my recipe a little bit so that it's gonna taste good even using this pumpkin paste in the can. But this is much watery and the flavor is basically nothing compared to these fresh ones. So if you are passionate kitchen diva, please go to the market and try to find kabocha and try to make it from the scratch, because you'll be amazed how much flavor you find in the pumpkin pudding. Hey, did you enjoy today's Hummingbird's Kitchen? Please comment and also subscribe. It's very encouraging for us. And also write any type of food or recipe. You can write the recipe that you want me to try on this video series.